Popular Chicago rapper Vic Mensa recently had a run-in with the airport authorities, and things are not looking good for him. Caught with 41 grams of liquid in his baggage, along with 124 grams of capsules, 178 grams of gummies, and 6 grams of mushrooms. Mensa is looking at a possible drug trafficking charge, and the sentence would be just as deadly. We may have to say goodbye to Vic Mensa forever. Keep watching to see everything we know about Vic Mensa's sentencing. Vic Mensa arrest. Rapper Vic Mensa was busted at an airport outside Washington after allegedly returning from Africa with a cache of drugs in his baggage. The Chicago-born rapper, whose real name is Victor Quavo Mensa, was arrested Saturday, January 15, 2022, at Dulles International Airport, where agents allegedly found liquid and psychedelic mushrooms in his bag during a secondary screening, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials said Monday. Mensa, 28, had returned to the Virginia airport on a flight from Ghana at about 7 a.m. that day when the customs officers found roughly 41 grams of in his baggage, along with 124 grams of capsules, 178 grams of gummies, and 6 grams mushrooms, reports said. Mensa was arrested at the airport on felony narcotics possession charges, Customs and Border Protection officials said. He is currently in custody, and he's being held without bond at the Loudoun County Adult Detention Center, jail officials reported.
Vic Mensa is facing felony charges. Police arrested him this weekend at Dulles Airport outside Washington, D.C. Customs and Border Protection officers say they found an array of drugs in his baggage.
According to reports, Mensa was returning from Africa following a trip with Chance the Rapper. Mensa posted a photo of the pair alongside Ghana's president, Nana Akufo-Addo, on Friday, January 14, 2022. Later Friday, Mensa shared photos on Instagram of himself decked out in a suit while saying he looked presidential. Pan-African planning with the president. Mensa wrote on Twitter to his nearly 500,000 followers. According to media reports, Mensa had traveled around Africa for weeks to promote tourism.
But I definitely moved to Ghana, you know what I'm saying? And I encourage everybody to go to Ghana.
This is a very recent case, and Mensa is still being held in jail, so it's unclear whether he has already got in touch with some legal representatives. Also, there are very few details out in the open to tell what consequences this case will have on Vic Mensa's rap career. Vic Mensa drug addiction. Like many other people out there, Vic Mensa has his demons, and they have pushed him into depression and severe mental health issues. And just like many people out there, Vic Mensa fought his demons with drugs. In an interview, he was once asked how he views drugs as a coping mechanism for fighting one's problems and said, "What other coping mechanism is presented to us? I have a lot of personal experience bouncing around between psychiatrists and therapists and being fed pills while at the same time being told that if I don't stop doing drugs, I'm going to ruin my life. They act like what they're giving us is not drugs."
Initially, when I was about 15, when I first went to a psychiatrist and they put me on antidepressants.
In an interview with the New York Post, Mensa talked about his drug addiction. He said that he started using drugs at an early age, which led to years of what he now knows as an addiction. His choice of drug? He liked them all. Shrooms or acid, Molly or Adderall. He said that his drug addiction and depression led to suicidal thoughts. He went into details about his drug addiction, depression, and suicidal thoughts in his album, The Autobiography. He also admitted that he frequently had therapy sessions, and at the time of the interview in 2017, he was in recovery. Mensa uses his art to beating the odds. By talking about topics that focus on depression and drug abuse, he is spreading a message of sobriety and the ills of drug use to new listeners. Although he has openly talked about his struggles with drug usage, he has also condemned it, advising rappers to stop promoting drug usage in their music. He said that rappers glorify drug usage or drugs like lean, Percocet, and Xanax, and it eventually causes serious harm, especially to kids who are glued to their lifestyle. Using late rapper Juice WRLD as an example, Vic Mensa said, "Hip-hop needs to take responsibility for Juice WRLD's death." Vic said that Juice dying at 21 impacted him to the point that he was going to make attempts to write more positive and less endangering lyrics. He also claimed that Juice WRLD's death hit him hard because he realized how easily that could have been him. From his recent arrests, it's safe to say that impact of Juice WRLD's death didn't last very long on Vic Mensa, and his demons got the best of him. Vic Mensa near-death experience. Vic Mensa's drug usage has brought him to the brink of death in the past, and according to him, it wasn't a pleasant experience. Back in 2016, he was asked in an interview with the line in his EP, "I did acid in the studio one day and almost killed myself," meant He gave a whole story time of what prompted the line. He said, "Yeah, I can tell that story. So what happened there was I was in a point of time since probably 2013 where I jumped from drug to drug as like a creative crutch. It was really like a handicap. But I got to a point where I just felt like I needed drugs to write, to be creative, and thought it was psychedelic drugs. I did many mushrooms to the point where I couldn't even do it anymore. I would just have a bad trip. So this was sometime after that. But I was in the studio with some of my friends and we did acid and we started bugging out. Somehow things just took a really negative turn. I just felt really low and at the bottom of it, and I was on the ground trying to sink into the floor. Then I went outside and I went to my car. It was near Halloween and I had this toy pistol in my trunk. It was part of my costume and I'm just lucky it wasn't a real pistol. I was just thinking about bridges and all that suicidal. It scarred me for a while. I was definitely dealing with the bad trip for at least a year. The story spooked his interviewers so bad that they had to ask how he felt after the situation. He said, "Yeah, don't do acid." No. It's not just about the drugs though. It's more so about a state of mind, and my state of mind is elevated past there. Vic Mensa previous legal run-in. Vic Mensa has had quite a history with the authorities, so this isn't anything new to him. His first run-in with the authorities came in August 2016. The next one was in February 2017, and another in January 2020, but he somehow managed to stay out of the grasp of authorities. Of course, until his recent arrest. Here's how his first arrest went down. The Beverly Hills Police Department detained Vic Mensa and a group of his friends on suspicion of stealing after the rapper went on a $4,000 shopping spree at Barney's. Mensa was entering his car when police asked him to step out for questioning. Mensa documented the encounter in a series of videos on Snapchat saying, "We didn't steal. I go in Barney's and spend 4 racks and get accused of stealing." He then points the camera at the police officer and continues, "This over here, man, talk about we stole some. They don't even know what we stole some from, but they think we stole some." Vic continued, "That's the craziest part about it is that I just went, bought some ill Saint Laurent boots, like some more from Barney's, and we get all pulled out the car and accused. And on top of that, they don't even know what they think we stole." He then reflects, "This should be funny, but really, I got to do, man. It's like, you can't be a young black man out here doing anything, legal, positive, and you still get treated like a criminal." In 2014, Barney's had to pay $525,000 in fees and penalties to settle accusations of routine racial profiling, prompting Jay-Z to cancel a planned collaboration with the store. Here's how his 2017 arrest went down. After being pulled over for a traffic violation for allegedly running a red light and having tinted windows, Vic Mensa was arrested on February 28, 2017 at about 2:20 p.m. Pacific time in Beverly Hills for carrying a gun in his car and the wrong carry permit, a representative from the Beverly Hills Police Department tells Billboard. According to an initial report on TMZ at the time, police confiscated the gun and arrested Mensa once they discovered the permit was from another state. Mensa, however, spent the night in jail and was charged with the felony count of carrying a concealed weapon. He was released on $35,000 bail. As for Mensa's 2020 arrest, the incident occurred in Glendale, California. It started when police spotted the former XXL freshman, pulled him over after making an unsafe turn on his motorcycle, and found the weapon after they patted him down. It was reportedly found in the pocket of his pants. While brass knuckles are legal in most states to carry for self-defense, they're banned in California, which is where the arrest took place. The rapper was arrested and booked for possession of brass knuckles, but was later released after he posted a $20,000 bond. A couple of months after his arrest in January 2020, it was reported that Vic Mensa was not going to be charged for felony possession. However, he was charged with the illegal possession of brass knuckles in the state of California. Vic proceeded to plead not guilty in the illegal possession charge, and thus the case continued. His lawyers shared that he would be facing up to a year in county jail if he was found guilty. Not many details have been shared about the case since then. Probably with his new case in the light, we'll get to hear more about his brass knuckle possession case. Vic Mensa rap beef. Vic Mensa's drug usage isn't the only battle he's had to face in the past couple of years. He has also found himself entangled in some rap beef with several rappers, including the late rapper XXXTentacion. In fact, Vic Mensa dissed XXXTentacion after his death. Now, who would do that? Here's how it went down. Vic Mensa had a cypher performance when he dissed XXXTentacion. Mensa's freestyle pointedly referenced the allegations of domestic abuse that had been leveled at the late rapper. "Only time you bear arms is in a wife beater, loser. Your favorite rapper's a domestic abuser." Moments later, Mensa added, "I don't respect Posthumously, homicide ain't new to me. Catch up with academics at your eulogy. On Instagram, Vic stood by his condemnation of alleged abusers in hip-hop. Recently, I did a freestyle for the BET Awards cypher addressing and condemning rappers who unabashedly abuse women and those that stand up for them and even called them legends, Mensa said. I stand behind those statements. Before his death in June 2018, XXX was charged with aggravated battery of a pregnant woman, domestic battery by strangulation, false imprisonment, and witness tampering for an alleged incident with his then girlfriend. Despite the serious claims, the Florida rapper was awarded Best New Hip Hop Artist at the BET Hip Hop Awards, according to those in attendance. Vic apologized to XXX's mother, Cleopatra Bernard, who was at the award show, and explained his cipher was recorded before the taping. It was pre-recorded weeks ago, and I had no idea a grieving mother would be in the audience to honor her lost son. I never intended to disrespect her and offer my deepest condolences for her loss at the hands of gun violence. He continued, however, I vehemently reject the trend in hip-hop of championing abusers, and I will not hold my tongue about it. I don't give a about getting attention. I care about bringing awareness and holding people accountable for their actions. Protect women. Mensa added in the caption for his video, domestic and sexual abuse are not excusable because you have talent or you are trouble. Ski Mask, the slump god. Not a lot of people agreed with Vic Mensa's performance. Although he was speaking facts, they just found it disrespectful that he would speak against the dead man. So many celebrities called him out, including Ski Mask, the slump god. The South Florida rapper called out Vic Mensa and asked him to apologize for making the post. Mensa, however, did not apologize, but he went on to make an Instagram post defending his music and its purpose. This caused a beef between Ski Mask, the slump god, and Vic Mensa. However, it didn't last very long as Ski Mask, the slump god, revealed that they had both squashed their beef during a short interview. Basically, a lot of was going on in the back end with me and Vic Mensa. He said, it could have got more dangerous than it. We stopped it. Me and Vic Mensa are people. Talked. Basically, we just deaded it from where it was going because it was going in a dangerous route. It's enough black violence. It's enough gun violence. There are enough young people with money out here wasting their careers on stupid like that. We both figure it's smarter to just dead that. The two rappers squashed their beef and they have never had to cross each other's path since then.